Hey, what's up guys? So today we're going to talk about patellar tendonitis. Now, this is really common in the running community that we have the opportunity to work with. And what I mean when I say patellar tendonitis, I'm talking about pain in the front of the knee here. It's like in the front bottom portion of the knee. It can be very annoying, especially when you're trying to train. We see this a lot with like the weightlifters, particularly in a heavy squat cycle. But all the time we're seeing this in runners. And the weather is getting nicer and nicer out now, and we're seeing a lot more runners pick up their mileage and get outside more with these hills. It's really important to know like how you can prevent some of these itises from coming up, in particular around the knee. Okay, so I'm going to go over two of my favorite drills to kind of help prevent some of this patellar tendinopathy that can, tendinopathy that can kind of come out. So the first drill that we're going to do is with the voodoo band. Now, this is all about blood flow reperfusion into a joint line. In particular, that patellar tendon just kind of helps kind of cool off that joint. This is a great thing to do either pre or post run. I'm particularly a big fan of doing this post run, but it's a really simple drill to do. You're just going to get this band and you're going to wrap that knee joint up about 3 or 4 inches above and below the knee line. Okay, so Claire, let me see one of your knees here. So I will typically go, so your patella tendon, if you feel like your shin, you'll feel that bump where that tendon kind of goes and attaches to. That's kind of where you're going. You're just going to go right across that tuberosity right there. So you're going to start there, get a nice initial wrap there, because then the band will kind of hook onto itself, right? So then you're going to just wrap this knee joint up. And this is a really easy thing to grab on Amazon, guys. Just type in voodoo band or floss, and this will come right up. And you'll see some people who will talk about like, oh, or ask the question of like, should I wrap above the knee joint, or am I okay to go right on that patella, right on that kneecap there? You are. Like we're doing such a short period of time. We're not having you do any like massive loading of that knee or anything, so you'll be just fine. Okay. So Claire, how's it feel? Pretty tight, right? Yep. Yep, good. You want this to be tight, guys. You don't want it to be so tight that it's cutting off the circulation to your foot and you get a bunch of tingling sensations, but you do want it to be tight enough to where it doesn't feel like you don't want it on there all day, okay? You're only going to keep this voodoo band on for about 2 minutes total. And then all Claire's going to do, so really, guys, there's no science behind what exercise you do, how many reps of each. You just want to accumulate about 2 minutes worth of movement. So some of my favorite drills to do with the voodoo band on is, Claire, can you do about 10 air squats here for me? Yeah, Claire's super sore after doing some working out this weekend, but yeah, so you can see just whatever's comfortable for you. She's going to do a few squats there, and then another drill. It's not exactly 10, but Claire, come over here and let me have you just like do some knee extensions for me. So I also like to get unloaded and just do some knee extensions here. Perfect. Just work on full range of motion, pulling that knee back as far as you can go. That's great, Claire. Nice. And then one other one. This one's one of my favorite ones to do actually with that voodoo band on, because we're going to let gravity kind of help assist us with getting that blood flow away from that joint line, so that when we get that band, take that band off, we get a nice reperfusion effect. But can you lay on your back for me? And then bring this leg up here. Hold on to the back of your leg here for me. Good. And then just knee extensions again, just kicking up and right back down. This is a nice like hamstring floss drill too, but this is going to let gravity kind of again help with that reperfusion, or help get that blood out of there, so we can do some nice reperfusion, or get some nice reperfusion. Awesome. So this is voodoo band flossing. This is great to do before or after a run. Now the next drill that we're going to do, this is one of my all-time favorites as well. I'm just going to take this band off for you here, Claire. And then, so we're going to work on some quad smashing. So yeah, you can stand on up or sit on up or lay on your back, whichever one you want to do. But we're going to hit 3 main spots with this. We're going to do some quad smashing, so soft tissue work, soft tissue release work. This is really good because our quads can actually refer pain down to the front of our knee. They can create a little bit of a tension pull on that patella tendon there as well, which will cause some of that like inflammation that can kind of come up. So there's 3 main spots that you're going to hit. One is going to be right on the inside part, right above your kneecap, so right in this general area right here. For Claire, it's going to be right here. The next part is going to be right in the middle of the belly. The last part is going to be right at the top of that quad belly, okay? But the big money maker in particular is going to be this quad belly right here, right above that kneecap. It helps you get, it's called your VMO. It's what we want to hit with this voodoo band, or with this lacrosse ball, okay? So to do that, Claire is actually going to lay on her stomach. She's going to get that ball right on the inside upper portion of that kneecap there. Yep. So she's going to have to rotate this hip out a little bit. So kind of like right in there. Yeah, should feel really good. If you're not making funny faces when you do this, you're probably not doing it right. But she's going to go find a tender spot on the inside portion of that quad. And then when she finds that tender spot, instead of rolling around, we're going to do a tack and stretch technique. So she's going to actually pull that knee up to her, pull her heel up to her butt. Good. And then back out straight. It's a really, really fun one. Good. And then to go into the middle, she's going to do the exact same thing. She's going to put that ball right in the middle of that quad. She's going to lay flat down. Good. And then the same flossing technique when she finds that tender spot. Good. You want to spend about 30 to 60 seconds at each spot here. And again, all three of those spots. And the last one would be just at the top of that quad. So Claire, let's go ahead and get that ball kind of like right in here. This is not an exact science. Again, guys, we're trying to get in these three different regions. Go find a tender spot, and it's the same movement pattern. Perfect. So those are my two favorite drills, voodoo band flossing and quad releases to help prevent some of this patellar tendonitis that can come up when you run. Give those two drills a shot, guys, and let us know what you think. Thanks.